All right, y'all. So Beyonce, y'all know how have been talking about the Cowboy Carter tour. Well, she was just recently hit with a cease and desist because according to the letter, she used a image of the Sphere in Vegas.
Yeah.
And she wasn't supposed to, according to the owners. So there is a man named James Dolan. He's the CEO of Sphere Entertainment. And he basically is saying that Beyonce at one point, because do you remember, or anybody remember, when Beyonce was supposed to have that Las Vegas residency? It's been rumored for a while.
Yeah.
And she was like in conversation, and then they said that the conversations dropped, like they just didn't go anywhere.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, so it was supposed to happen. People were saying that it was rumored. Then it was rumors that she was in conversations with the Sphere in Vegas to do it there, but it didn't work out. So basically, she has this interlude video that she plays in the opening of one of her songs on the tour. And in that video, you see her walking. She's in Vegas. She goes all these different places, but she's in Vegas in one of the scenes. She's walking past the Sphere. So fans, you know, they always try to put two and two together, started tweeting as if this meant that she was letting people know that the residency was finalized and would be happening in Vegas. So the Sphere, you know, their team, they're like, you can't use that. Like, you cannot allow your fans to think that something's going to go down here that is not going to go down. They also pointed to the fact that there were other properties in this video that she allegedly got permission to use, but she had never gotten permission to just use that. It was such a quick shot too, like the visual of the Sphere. So since then, it's been reported based off of videos from people from the tour that she's changed that opening interlude and that visual of the Sphere is not in there anymore. But
so was it creating like trouble or problems? Like, why was it such like
it was causing confusion,
a bother to them?
It was causing confusion. Yeah. So
okay.
according to a statement that, you know, the team on the opposing side released, their issue was that it was causing confusion amongst fans and amongst people who, you know, spend money at their business.
So basically, the fans were leaving a bunch of beehive emojis in Twitter, and they was scared and said, "Look, don't show the Sphere."
Maybe that's what it was. I'm not for sure, but they wanted it down. A
lot
of people,
a cease and desist, though, right?
Yeah, it was a cease and desist. Yeah, but a lot of people feel like this was a petty shot from their behalf, from James Dolan and their team, because when all of the rumors,
you know who James Dolan is, right?
Yes, isn't he like head of SEG?
Madison the owner of the New York
Madison Square Garden, yeah, but that's SEG.
Yeah, Knicks, Rangers.
Yeah, so but people are saying that this was a petty shot from his side of things, because when the Beyonce negotiations that we don't really know the full gist of, so you know this is all alleged, when they allegedly fell through, they're like, he's just upset that he couldn't get Beyonce to do, you know, this residency at one of his venues. So they're doing any little thing to take a shot at her. That's how the fans feel. But, you know, I think as a business, I understand. Like, they don't want the confusion, because anything with Beyonce, especially a Las Vegas residency, fans are going to make news.
The hardest thing to do is discuss business with people who ain't got nothing. That just sounds like business to me. Could it have been petty? Maybe, but it just sounds like business.
It did sound a little petty because it was a promo. So
yeah,
I would figure that you would want the Sphere in your promo when she's walking through Vegas, because it's part of Vegas now, right?
Yeah.
When you pull up in Vegas, that's the first thing you see when you're on the plane.
Yeah.
So I figured that wouldn't be a problem, but I guess it was.
Yeah. And she actually was given a deadline. I believe the deadline was actually today to change things. So, you know, according to the newly posted videos, that has changed. But over the weekend, like, her tour was the talk of the internet, and it was because of like just little mishaps that were happening. And I'm like, with the tour going so viral for all the good reasons, you seeing Rumi, you seeing Blue Ivy come out and kill
Blue
it.
has been what?
Baby.
Blue is Lil Beyonce.
She is the one.
Hello.
But there were a couple of things that happened on stage. So there was one point where like Beyonce came out on stage and she couldn't find her mark. Like the X wasn't on the floor, which is really dangerous, because she has this one scene in her tour where like these two like really big frames come down and like swing around her. So if she's not in the right
Just
mark,
gonna blow it up for people that hasn't been there yet. And
that's
excited
all
to
over
see it.
it's all over the internet.
I haven't seen it. You
It's
seen it,
all
Jess?
By the way, I did not see that at all.
It's all over the internet.
And she was
It's all over the
nervous. That was the first time I ever saw her.
I've never
nervous,
seen her nervous like that.
perform.
She was literally looking around.
Scared, like, hold up. She never stopped singing, but
we also live in an era where people always look for the worst of the worst. They look for the negative, because the only thing I saw was Rumi and Blue and everybody giving them the ugly front.
I love them on the tour. But I think it was because not that people were like talking about her or her performance.
Yeah, it wasn't anything
It was more so
bad.
we've never seen Beyonce like just not like, you could tell she was like, what the heck is going on? Like, why is this happening? Like, she was visibly like confused.
they forgot to put her mark down.
Yep.
And she was looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
We done seen Beyonce fall. We done seen a fan
I'm
almost
talking
snatch
about tumble down
Beyonce
the
wig
steps.
off.
What
What
y'all
y'all talking about?
Get back up.
I feel like these last like what was the Renaissance
Earrings
tour?
ripped out of
Renaissance
her
tour
hair, all
was
that.
even the couple of hiccups. There was a little hiccup on the Renaissance tour, but she was on top of, I think it was that truck. But that came and went. But like this happened, and then there was an issue with her glove. They were trying to put her glove on.
She's still a little human.
Yeah,
she was a very humanistic thing. She's still human.
She was annoyed with that as well. But I don't know. I think it's all good press. Of course, as of right now, her team has not responded at all to the reports of the cease and desist, as they normally don't do. So I'm not surprised that they didn't.
You going to Cowboy Carter?
I don't know if I plan to. I'd be down to go though.
Okay.
You going?
I don't know. I might go. There's so many tours going on. I know who I'm going to go see. Chris Brown. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Chris. And also, it's Adele's birthday and Craig David. Y'all remember Craig David?
I do. He inspired Drake. That was Drake's big homie.
I don't know how we got here.
That was Drake's big homie. Craig
Ain't the one
David.
that be like, and we be making love on Wednesday, and on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we still on Sunday.
How did that inspire Drake?
Because Craig David is from Toronto, and
nice.
if I'm remembering this correctly, Drake said that one of Craig David's albums was inspired him.
I love that you know a Drake fact.
And it's not a hater one either.
It's not. I love that.
Crazy.
It's about to go there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Watch this. Go.
No, it's no stab.
Okay.
And real quick before we close, because I know he's such a friend to the show and friend of you guys, Fat Joe posted over the weekend that his mom had passed away at age 77. So, just sending him some love as they, get through that hard time. He posted a really nice tribute to her on his Instagram, so go and check that out. Just talked about how amazing she was. They didn't have much, he says, but she made sure that they had everything. So
salute to Joey Crack, man.
Shout out to Joey Crack, yeah. And the sad thing about Crack is, Fat Joe lost his pops like a month ago. Remember we reported that he lost his brother I think 4 months ago. So if you know Joe, give him a call, give him a hug, send him some love. Love you, Joe, if you're listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And listen, I just want everybody to know that this building that we're currently in stinks.
It does.
I don't know what the hell is going on, okay, but it really, really, really smells in here. It smells like a retainer in the morning. You know when you sleep with your retainer in your mouth?
My
and you take your retainer out?
Ew.
Oh,
I
y'all
never really smelled it.
No, it smells like they haven't taken they took the garbage out in a couple days.
That's exactly what it
It
smells
smells like
like. Yeah, it smells like something backed up. That's what it really do smell like.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe the edibles just cut everything off for me because I'm like, I don't know. I've been smelling like food I've been eating and stuff.
Oh, you are celebrating Cinco de Mayo.
Yo, eating edibles has nothing to do.
What you mean?
Cinco de Mayo. I haven't drinking anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that, yo. I'm not Mexican, yo. I don't do that.
they
You did go to court today, a couple times this morning.
I know because they be like, andale, andale.
Salute to everybody. Salute to everybody who does smell their retainer in the morning, man. That keeps you humble.
All right, well, let's get to the mix. Of course, we're going to play a lot of Chris Brown in the mix because today...
It's Chris Brown's birthday.
Jesus Christ. All right. It's the
All
Breakfast
right.
Club.
That's the call to ice. That's the ice bat signal. Keep it up.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.